on the bridge between Cosmo and PH, heading into the Monday shift. I think it's the 27th, October 27th. Highlight's going to be the session after. I think I need about 12 hours at MGM, so gonna play today. If it's not a ton, might pair this video with my session tomorrow. After work is done, it'll be Tuesday, so I'll be playing on the calendar day Tuesday. I'll count it as a Monday poker session. Work's done. That was interesting. I might have been taxed on a higher amount than I actually earned today. There was one time it actually happened. I was on the clock 30 minutes and didn't deal, and it was so slow I was sent home, so it happened that day. But of all the days I actually dealt one hand, it hasn't happened. It might have happened here. More than half my time on the clock was on a break. I count brushes and dead spreads as break, so a lot of dead spreads. Might make that its own video, but I'm done heading to MGM shortly after 2. And you know what? I'm not going out of my way to go to Smith's. It opens at 6, and it's very convenient. It's not far from the Strip. It's not far from Rio. Something I might make tomorrow. I could use one potato. So if I happen to play till like 5:45, I'll stop at Smith's at 6 on the way back to the address. Otherwise, I'll do without it. Yeah, it's about 2:45 here at MGM. 3 hours would be perfect. Get that potato on the way back to the address. For all of you baseball aficionados, a friend asked me a question a couple weeks ago. I got it. Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto, teammates this year for the Mets, each had a 30-30 season, 30 home runs, 30 steals. Only twice in history before this season have a pair of teammates done that. Two guys, same team, each had a 30-30 season. It happened once, it happened a second time. Lindor and Soto this year, third time. So name those two other pairs, and before the video is done, if I remember, I'll give you the answer. All right, got 2.5 hours in. It's after 5:30. I will stop and buy that one potato. So actually, when it got down to one table, the table was pretty good. Even before that though, my first table, this happened. This was about a $1,200 pot. It was, I think it was either a 3 or a 4-bit pre, but it was to $120. So the guy in the 9 seat you can't see in the picture, but the guy in the 4 seat you can see, he called $120 pre with 9-3 of diamonds. Then on the flop he just opened shoved. So it was a shove of 450 into about 260, 275, and he got called. He flopped a pair and 4 diamonds, and he rivered a 3. So he rivered 2 pair 9s and 3s, and that was good. Just the 9 on the flop was not good. He had to improve, and he improved in like the most hilarious way possible, hitting a 3, a non-diamond card to improve, and he had 9s and 3s on the river. So that pot was about 1,200. A few other things happened that were nice on the well, once we broke and I went to the other table, and for a while that was one of 2 tables still going, and then it became the only table still going. Herbs and Rye update over here. He played 3-5 PLO. He's in Lake Tahoe now for the circuit. He played 3-5 PLO for 2 hours, 55 minutes, and he made $5,080. This is a picture. This wasn't a picture of some huge hand he won, but this picture was, he said it was $605 to go pre-flop. 5 people put in the 605, and then on the flop 2 guys got all in for $3,000 each. So yeah, big game. And he made $5,080 in 2 hours 55 minutes. So there you go. I don't have any more updates or anything to say, and tomorrow plan the same thing. Work at PH, and then afterwards come here. So I think by MGM's records I only need 9.5 hours left. Really getting there at this point. Single digits. It was double digits since like, I don't know, since like late April. All right, a day and a half after that MGM session here at Orleans, got to go and check the schedule. I was asked about my availability for the Tavern League. I said what days I was available, but heard nothing back, so I got to go check the schedule in there. Didn't play last night at MGM. but I will play tonight. And yeah, I think that's about it. Something else? Oh, the MGM updates. So put up those videos recently about running it twice and the bomb pots. Got a update. Hasn't been a ton of time, but I hear not many people at all are running it twice. And if you remember that hand I told you about when I played at MGM, the $1,200 pot, pair and a draw against unknown hand, like it's so new. Even the one of the two players who was like somewhat of a regular there forgot it was a thing. He would have asked, he said later, and it sounded like the other guy would have agreed to run it twice, and it's just such a uncommon thing at those stakes. It hasn't been happening. A lot of PLO bomb pots though, PLO double board bomb pots though, so those have been happening. So asked the dealer what was going on with those two changes, and there you go. Now I'm heading in. All right, in Harris now. Not working Saturday. Just seems like it's not going to be that busy. They don't need me. I am working Wednesday the 5th, which is funny because I told them I was available on Wednesdays right before Planet Hollywood put me on the schedule on Wednesdays. Alright, I don't remember how much I told you earlier. I thought I was not working Saturday, November 1st at Orleans. I was not going to play MGM after my shift today. I was going to go somewhere in the middle of the night, get there early tomorrow morning, and be there for the entirety of my weekend. Probably the farthest I'll go for the next few months without using air travel. Still plan on going there at some point, so I won't ruin it what I was going to do, but I was texted and I'm going to be at Orleans, not the morning shift, but I will be there November 1st, so that made this trip not happen. So after this shift, I will play MGM and finish this video of my last 2 MGM sessions. Alright, shift is done. So listen to this. If you're a dealer and your tray has 6 columns for the chips, which is like the typical like smaller size, I know Borgata, it's a massive amount of columns. I know Hollywood in Toledo, I played there once 3 years ago, they have a massive amount of columns also. If you have like the traditional 6 columns, that's what we have at Planet Hollywood. We're supposed to have 1,000 in the rack at all times. About, you know, 500 to 800 of that. 400 to 800 is usually in green chips, $25 chips. In the last 3 days, I asked for a fill that included 260 in white. I asked for a fill that included 280 in white, $1 chips. And I asked for a fill that included 300 in $1 chips. Those have got to be records. When I asked for the 300 in whites, the total fill was 500, 300 in $1 chips. 200 in green, $25 chips. I think when I put all the chips in, I think I had 320 in white, 675 in green, and 1 red chip. It was like packed to the brim. But I'm a huge fan of having whites in the rack and not carrying the least if you have any reds. So I wanted to see how far I could go. When I gave the fill to the floor, it was the last game going of the night. He was the only other employee up there. When I gave the fill to the floor, I said 300 in white, 200 in green. I'm going for it. Because I had asked for the 280 earlier, and I was wondering what's the most I could possibly have in the rack at once in white chips while still having 1,000 total. So I think the only way I could ever ask for more is if I have fewer whites when I ask. I was down to 20 white chips, and I don't think I needed to use any to make change in the pot during that one hand where the floor was getting the chips. But if yeah, yesterday I think I asked for it when I had like 15 and it was a little slow coming back because there was a line at the cage, and when the other dealer came back with the fill, I was down to no white chips. So there's more space when that happens. I had a stack of white already when I got the fill today. So yeah, fitting 320 in white in the rack, possible, but difficult. But if I'm like down to literally 0, I guess I could ask for 320 in white and know that the 320 will fit somehow. Anyway, I think this is the video. I'm about to go to MGM. I think this is the same video. Didn't I give like a baseball trivia question 2 days ago? For me, 2 days ago, but in the same video. A pair of teammates 30 home runs, 30 steals. This past season, Lindor and Soto on the Mets, it happened 2 other times. In the 80s, also with the Mets, Howard Johnson and Darryl Strawberry. Howard Johnson did it twice in the 80s. When the 1989 season ended, only 3 people in history had multiple 30-30 seasons. Howard Johnson, Bobby Bonds, and Willie Mays. So one of those years in the 80s, Strawberry also did it. And with the Rockies, Ellis Burks and Larry Walker. So my friend asked me this question, thought for a few minutes, came up with both pairs. Very proud of that Ellis Burks and Larry Walker answer. And Ellis Burks had a crazy year with the Rockies once. It was like 200 hits, 100 RBIs, 100 runs, 30 homers, 30 steals. Like, he hit like literally every offensive milestone there is. Those 5 things, by the way, the hits, runs, RBIs, steals, home runs, I think only 7, I think that's only happened like 7 times in history. Someone hitting all those milestones. No, A-Rod did it. I know somehow Jacoby Ellsbury did it. Hank Aaron did it. I don't remember all 7 right now. But anyway, going to MGM. All right, done. Played an hour 34. I think if I asked them to check what Bravo says, I think I need like 7.5 hours. Not much planned for tomorrow. I'm doing something fun Friday. So I don't know. Might play here tomorrow. I'll see if I do it. You'll know about it, but that's going to be a wrap on these my 2 most recent MGM sessions. Getting very close. I don't know. Ideally, I would do it in like 2 more sessions. I have a feeling it might take like 4 or like 6. I don't know. So that's going to be a wrap on the video. Unofficial world record. I'm very proud of asking for those 300 white chips on that fill. That's probably my proudest moment so far, dealing at PH. Anyway, I'm going back to the address. And remember, rice is a spoon food.